Boop. Hello. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, aren't you watching a little TV show there?
I just happen to be looking at myself, which is the best TV show
Oh, I see myself.
anybody could watch. What's going on, guys? Instead of Trailer Tuesdays,
Because there's no good trailers.
we're gonna be
The only
doing,
decent one's Captain Underpants, but I mean, it's not even that decent.
we're gonna be doing Television Tuesdays, where
Alliteration.
I know it's insane. We're great. We come up with ideas, and you guys listen to them for some reason.
We
So
had to search T words to come to that conclusion.
it's a thing. So, what are some TV shows we like, or maybe dislike? Who knows, man?
No,
What
I mean, we've talked about this before. I'm not big into TV. I mean, I watch TV
TV
a lot,
anymore
but
is-
like the TV shows that I watch regularly are usually not the TV shows everyone else watches regularly.
Are you kidding?
Because I can't handle people talking about it for the whole week, because it never lives up to the hype.
Could I possibly guess what one of these TV shows could be?
You could probably guess like 3 of them.
I could guess all of them probably, but right now is one I'm watching currently that you started and said, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones? Is that a...
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Pat on the back, Glenn.
It is
Pat
a
on the
well-made TV show, but people need to calm their tits about it.
Yeah.
Like,
How dare you?
honestly, if it weren't for the fans, I would probably love that show. But the fans for that show need to calm yo tits. These tits, calm them. Push them down. Cover up. That was creepy. But yeah, like, I have nothing against the show. It's a decent show. I just can't get into it. Like, with people
Yeah.
talking about it all the time, there's no point. When you know everyone is possibly going to die, deaths don't become surprising. So
See, the inner hipster in me does not watch TV shows until they're like seasons deep into it. That way I can get spoiled about everything, and then years later when I actually go to watch that series, I totally forget what people spoiled the stuff about. And I watch it and I'm like, wow, this is actually a good show when I forget everything people told me just as it was airing.
what's an example?
Walking Dead. Yeah, Walking Dead's a big one considering everybody in the freaking nation watches that show. So right now I'm 2 seasons behind because people keep spoiling everything that's happening while the show's airing. And on Game of Thrones, it's on like season 6 and going on 7, I think. I'm just now getting on 6 after watching it the last 2 or 3 months.
I will say this: Game of Thrones fans zip their lips. I mean, they will
they
say,
do.
"I can't believe so and so. I can't believe someone died." I'm not gonna say
That's
like,
because you can't be specific with
Yeah.
that genre because
but like the thing
everybody-
is,
everybody's
knowing enough of the plot. Like as soon as the Red Wedding happened, I was like, anyone could die. So why watch a show where anyone could die? Because it's not gonna be surprising when they die. Like,
it's fun to see who's like who
spoiler alert.
may or may not.
When I heard Jon Snow died, I was like, yeah,
Did
he's
you hear-
on Game of Thrones.
Did you hear what happened?
Well, yeah, he came back.
Fucking came back.
Which kind of ruins it. Walking Dead fans just can't keep their goddamn mouths shut. Like,
No,
they
there's-
spoil everything.
You've got no honor. No honor.
You
You're
know,
all-
people actually, even though it shows on Sunday, people work on Sundays, you motherfuckers.
At 4 a.m. I can't watch
I
that.
work from like 5 to 5 p.m. to 2 a.m.
That's
Sunday to Monday morning.
It's insane.
The TV shows I like are kind of really weird ones. Most of the time I watch Comedy Central because like even their bad shows
That
are
is
at
weird.
least
who
entertaining.
likes
No.
laughter and humor.
Have you ever heard of Jeff and Some Aliens?
Honestly, I haven't watched too much TV. So no.
Jeff and Some Aliens is a new animated series from Comedy Central. It is quite possibly the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I've loved BoJack Horseman, which is a story about a man horse who is an actor. So to say that Jeff and Some Aliens is weird.
It's
Saying
something.
There is one. I gotta use this as an example to just show. The entire series is like there's this guy that has 3 aliens as roommates who are only there to study him because he's an average guy, and there's this one episode where one of their fellow aliens like has a smoothie, so then like all the aliens come down and kind of take over the world because they want smoothies. And then they find out that if the aliens drink jizz, their heads explode. So to win back Earth,
They
Jeff,
all jizz in the
no,
smoothies.
not all of them. Jeff masturbates 13 times in a row.
Well, I got a lot of notes. For starters, I think we need 10 more frames of Jeff jerking off to help with the pacing.
This is what you do. Good. Keep this up, TV shows. This is how you win audiences, with jizz and smoothies.
I just like weird shit. You should know that by now. I like
I do.
really weird shit. And Jeff and Some Aliens is up there.
I can't really watch TV shows anymore because they're way too over dramatic, like actual TV shows, like on
Yeah.
ABC or anything.
That's
like
why I
that.
like Comedy Central, because like they don't have dramas.
That's
It's
why
just,
I
they're just
mainly-
goofy fun shit.
I mainly stick to Hulu and like Netflix, which
Yeah.
is kind of I'm cheating here, but there's still shows. So I stick around with Netflix and stuff. So I'm digging all the Marvel stuff that they're doing on Netflix. Hulu's got a couple originals that are really good, but Netflix is pulling all the really good shows out, and I'm really enjoying them. Like Westworld so far.
Westworld was HBO.
Westworld, no. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I've got HBO Stream, that's why I saw it. And HBO. Oh my
And
god.
HBO.
A show. I'm gonna throw it back a little bit. This is to when I think I graduated. Spartacus was a great show.
That's another show. Like I can appreciate it. I understand why people like it. I couldn't
Yeah.
get into it myself.
I was also a teen when it came
Yeah.
out. And
all those blood and boobs.
blood and sex, not at the same time most of the time, but when it did happen at the same time, my little teenager self was like, "That's gross. Get back to the gladiator stuff." That show was great. I loved that show until like, and of course this couldn't be helped. Andy Whitfield, the
Yeah,
main
he had
actor,
cancer, right?
He had cancer and obviously passed away.
Yeah.
And then they replaced him with the dude Liam, whose last name I can't remember. But it was like a whole different show because Andy was like that. Like, you couldn't see anybody else as that character after Andy.
Going back, like, again, I really, other than like a few shows like Westworld or Stranger Things, I can't really get into dramas because, like you said, they take themselves too seriously.
Everything's way too dramatic. There's way too many
Too high stakes. What I like are the comedies that combine drama.
Mm-hmm.
You got BoJack Horseman, which
Yeah.
is a cartoon, but it gets serious
It
at
gets
times.
deep.
Like it deals with depression and anxiety and self-loathing and all that. And it's just for a cartoon about a horseman whose arch enemy is a dog man,
Yep.
whose agent is a cat woman,
Mhm.
not Catwoman, but a woman who is a cat.
A cat woman.
It's really weird. Also, the dog dates a human, just a
Mhm.
straight human. It's a really weird show, but it actually is like really compelling. And then there's also this is a new show on HBO, Crashing. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Okay, everyone knows the Louis show with Louis C.K.
Yeah.
It kind of takes a look at his life, and it's serious but funny. That is what Crashing is for Pete Holmes, the comedian Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
He's
He's hilarious. Too.
Oh,
So
he
I
is.
can only
He's
imagine
really
how that
funny.
show is.
So you should watch that show. It starts
Yeah.
off with him divorcing his wife because he caught her cheating on him, and he
Starts off strong. Okay.
yeah he goes from having this happy normal life to being homeless essentially,
Yeah.
and having to crash on people's couches while trying to become a comedian.
Okay.
Pete Holmes is great in it.
Yeah.
The whole cast is great in it. It's got like cameos from like T.J. Miller and Artie Lang,
So other comedians.
other
yeah.
comedians. Yeah, it's just a really good show.
It's hard with TV these days. If we actually do make this like a series, we'll talk about other stuff. But
Yeah.
like actually sitting down and watching TV shows is like the hardest thing to do anymore because they're either like overly dramatic. There's way too many romantic flings. And of course, I like comic book movies, so Netflix's Marvel shows are great. And then you go over to like who's doing the DC stuff? Like, I think it's CW, right?
Either CW, I know NBC has, it's technically a D show, Powerless, with
Yeah.
Ron Funches and
Yeah.
Vanessa Hudgens, but I think mostly it's CW. Yeah.
But I'm digging all the Marvel stuff. And then like you go over and watch like Arrow or Flash or anything like that, and it's the first season, maybe second season of Arrow was great, and then the show is still relying on flashbacks and everything, and I don't even know what season it's on
I
now.
haven't watched
But
it, so
DC is just like, I don't know what they're doing, but they don't seem to be planning like they should be, like Marvel's been doing this whole time. It's
Well, that's the
killing
thing.
me.
They're playing catch up to Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care for Marvel movies. I haven't watched any Marvel series like Daredevil or Luke Cage
Yeah, they're all
because
good.
I can only handle like 2 hours
Yeah.
of a superhero movie every like 3 years. A specific superhero movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's multiple ones. I'm sure they're good for people who like that stuff.
If I had to recommend any of them to you, I'd just be like, just watch the Marvels. Don't even worry about the DC stuff.
Oh no, I don't plan on watching any of the DC.
No, I
stuff.
know. I definitely know you won't. But stay.
If there was a Marvel superhero movie that you had to say that I would probably like, which would it be?
A Marvel superhero movie?
Oh,
Or
sorry,
show?
TV show.
Actually, I don't know. A lot of them have like romantic flings in it, and it's just Jessica Jones is pretty good.
Why?
That's got David Tennant in it.
Does everything need to have romance in it? Like,
Everything has romance. What I liked about Iron Fist so far, and this will obviously happen next week when I talk about it in my own Netflix and chill, is Iron Fist actually like kind of waits until later in the season to get into anything romantic. Like he actually goes into life for like numerous
That's good.
episodes, and
Yeah.
then later they get into like some. I'm like, finally that happened.
I don't like shows that force it in for
Yeah.
like, here's something for the romantic types.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need romance to make
It's impossible to think that shows can rely on anything but romance sometimes.
like good story.
What?
Quite possibly my favorite new show. I'm talking about a lot of new shows because like this is the first year that I've actually like sought out new shows.
Yeah, and this is like the first. This is our first video for Television Tuesday, so who knows?
Yeah. My favorite new show, hands down, is Detroiters on Comedy Central. Again, everything's on Comedy
Yeah.
Central. But Detroiters, like you said, the whole brooding, dramatic crap, Detroiters takes that the complete opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
They're just two friends that work with each other. They have like a bromance.
Tim's stomach is upset and he wants you to come rub his belly.
Why don't you do it?
He wants you.
My guts are going nuts.
I've got to go. My friend can't poop unless I rub his belly.
Anytime that they have fights or anything, they'll be like, "You're my best friend," and then they hug it out. Like they're just goobers. And it's got Sam Richardson and Tim Robinson. So Sam Richardson and Tim Robinson, and they are both hilarious in it. They're both just goobers. They overreact to everything, and it's just, I love it. It's such a funny show.
Sounds like normal human beings.
Yeah, such a funny show. Well, they're not normal human beings.
Are
They're,
you
they're
kidding
really
me?
weird, but it's just
Oh man.
it's just really funny.
Yeah, have to check out that. There's a lot of TV shows that I do have to watch.
Yeah.
Specifically, Donald Glover's TV show that came out.
Atlanta?
Atlanta. I have to check that out. Apparently, it's really good.
I watched half an episode.
So yeah, that's another one that I gotta watch. There's so many that I have to watch, but like, I just don't watch TV shows because I feel like they're just gonna fall under the category where they're just too overdramatic, too romantic, or too anything. So I just stick to my movies, man. Just stick to
movies too.
I stick to them. I just
Takes less time out of your life.
It does. It does. I don't have to dedicate myself.
No. Well, that's what we're gonna end with because if we decide to do another Television Tuesday.
Because I feel like if we do Trailer Tuesday every week, they would be pretty insane.
Yeah.
So why not change it up a little bit? Why
Yeah.
not do a Television Tuesday
Yeah.
sometimes? You know? Why not?
Yeah. So thanks for watching that video. If you click right here, that's going to be a video. We don't know what yet. If you click right there, that's going to be our last week's review, which was for live.
Ooh.
That's live.
That's alive.
And then right here.
It's going to be a subscribe button. You
Mm-hmm.
click on that bad boy and you subscribe. It's crazy. Down below that is a like and dislike button. And down below that, Michael.
Comment section. What are some of your favorite TV shows?